as time flies by, you'll open up your eyes wide. You feel it's gonna go your way. Hey, hey, it's a brand new day. Hey, 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 it's a brand.
Welcome back to Marbella Now. My name is Nicole King. Delighted to be sitting here in the Parque La Constitución to welcome my guests. Such strange times, restaurants, bars closed down, so a nice bit of fresh air I thought would do us good, particularly as we're talking about a subject that's very relative right now, COVID. Sorana from Biomagnetismo Marbella, who has given me some fabulous treatments. I've got no more bloated tummies, and very happy with all the different things that she's been telling us about her health. I thought today would be good to invite Sorana back, and with a very topical question. So many people I know right now have tested positive for COVID. So Sorana, once they've said you're COVID positive, then what?
Hi.
Hi, by the way.
Hi. So when this bomb drops on us, because it's really a bomb, everyone is scared of this subject. We said, oh my God, what are we going to do? We don't know. So we have to think in terms of immunology, immunity. So let's start from the basic and think, what is immune system? What is our immunity? How can we define it? So it comes from the Latin word immunis, that means free, untouched, and it's actually the interface that we have in front of the outside. It guards us and it protects us until from viruses, from harmful things. And actually it's very important, very relevant, because without a good working immune system we are not able to survive. So it's crucial. And it's made up of cells, different cells like T cells, NK cells like natural killer cells, B cells, lymphocytes, monocytes, a lot of cells, organs and organ systems. So it's within our body. It's not located in one spot, it's all over our body. But as we talked in another interview we had, 70 to 80% of our immune system, it's located in our gut. Pam pam. So now contrast that with nowadays, with all the hectic days that we have and the things that we eat,
Or we don't eat,
exactly, the processed foods or the antibiotic we already had, that practically decimate all those microbes, the good microbes, the microbiome that we have inside of our gut. So when this gets destroyed, there's a kind of inflammation that's happening, and it's not working well, so it's an inflammation. So our immune system noticed that, so it calls Bruce Willis. So it's like already high alert. Oh my God, we have an inflammation. Now think that our body detects an outsider, like a virus. What does it happen? Call the troops and drop the bomb. So bam, a hyperinflammation happens. So our response will be a hyperinflammation and we will be very sick. All that can be managed and can be treated, and we can prevent that. There are certain factors that we have to take in consideration. And first, the very, very important one is how our body is before getting flu or before getting contaminated with a disease. I want to go back a little bit in history to explain that there was a French scientist, a very acknowledged one, scientist, virologist, and biologist. His name is Antoine Béchamp, and he had this word, terroir. Terroir in French means land, environment, area. So he said that the quality of the wine depends on the terroir. Now, what do we have to understand from that is that this terroir is our body. So people are not getting actually microbes, don't harm us so much as our own body's responses. So if we have an already damaged environment, a virus or something that comes from outside can harm us more than when we are good. So taking that in consideration, we have to be healthy. Health means also balance pH. pH, as you know, I'm putting the emphasis in the pH. pH is very important to have a natural flow of all the biological processes, all the electrical interchange, intracellular change that happens in our body. So it's crucial to have a stable pH. Through biomagnetism, we can help prevent that pH get unbalanced through this therapy, through magnets. We can do it, prevent it, and also treat it. So starting from this point, we have to be balanced. Now, when we have the disease, we are already contacted. So we are home. What is a major thing that we have to think of? We have to think that it's very cheap, and we can do it all, and it doesn't require a lot of fuss. Do you know what it is?
No, drink water.
No, well, that's another factor that we're getting to. Sleeping.
Oh wow.
Sleeping. It's so easy to do that. Sleeping, it has been proven, it has been studied, and now a lot of scientists and doctors and clinics actually recommend it. It has been proven that people that don't get enough sleep or don't get quality sleep are more likely to get infected by pathogens, by microbes, than people that actually sleep better. So sleep, it's not only important for helping our body not to get sick, but also helps in recovering. It stimulates us because during our sleep, our body releases some proteins called cytokines. These cytokines are also, some of them are responsible of the sleep quality, and others are involved in inflammation process. Wherever there's an inflammation, wherever there's a disease, cytokines will be there because they are like sensors that call the troops, our immune cells, to kill the invader. So in this case,
I love your graphic explanation.
Yeah, I'm just.
I'm right there. I'm right. It's like,
I'm just
the
thinking.
invaders are coming. The troops are.
Bruce Willis,
Yeah.
apocalypses. Yeah, imagine that.
Very exciting stuff. Yeah.
Yeah, it's like, imagine that our body is like that. So our immune cells, the ones that are fighting, they are called NK cells, natural killer cells, and they will be there wherever there's an inflammation. So what is crucial, everyone can get sick, but the question is how your body will respond to this infection. You can have either a hyper response, you will have a lot of inflammation, a lot of fever, a lot of negative response, or you can have it like a normal flu that will pass in a few days. And that's all the key to how our body is modulating those genes. Sleep, during the sleep we are producing these proteins, those cytokines. So if we are sleep deprived, the cytokines will diminish. So we are more propense.
As people get older, they tend to sleep less, and they wake up very early. Or some people find it difficult to sleep. What things can one do to help get a good night's sleep?
Well, there's a lot of factors. I don't know if we have time to. Maybe in another program we will speak about sleep and how can we help our body to get into the sleep mode.
Definitely a good subject.
Yes, there are a lot of factors. The bedroom, how we eat, what we eat, our activity. It has a lot of factors. But speaking about diseases, I don't know if you have noticed that, for example, if you are sick, your body tends to sleep more.
Yes, I was in bed at 8:30 the other night, sound asleep.
Time to sleep because
I had a cold and it was like enough.
Because you have this innate wisdom, your body has it, and it says it knows what it needs to cure itself. So it said, okay, I need to get rest. So during the sleep, all these immune factors that are very important for your health are produced. So we need to sleep. Also, very important during the sleep, our lymphatic system. Our lymphatic system is like the waste management of our body. It's like 4 times more than our blood, and it washes away all those the waste, the cellular waste that we have. So when you're sick, you need to clean your house from everything. So it's very good to be during sleep. The lymphatic system works 10 times more when you sleep. So that's why it's important to sleep more. So this is a very important factor when you're sick, when you get COVID, when you get not only COVID, whatever infection you get. It's very important to get your sleep and get your rest, so your body is like recuperating itself.
1 second. We're going to come back. We're going to go now to some messages from our sponsors, but don't go away. We're chatting with Sorana of Biomagnetism Marbella about COVID. If you've got it, what next? Find out more after the break.
When I'm the designated driver, I think it's only fair that I get to choose a zero-hero venue that rewards me with free soft drinks. My friends all get to choose and booze, and they feel safe going home with me. Make sure that you get your reward for being the designated driver. Why pay if you don't have to?
Judy likes to consider herself a clever young woman, which is why she thought very carefully before choosing her insurance company. Now that she needs it, she's jolly glad she chose Linear Director, as it looks as if she might have something better to do. Why don't you be clever, like Judy? Call Linear Director on 952 14 78 34 and see which policy is best for you.
Hi guys, Ross here from Hogan Stand. Proud to be a member of the Zero Hero campaign, and we recommend everybody. Nobody drives drinking. Everybody who drives a car doesn't have any alcohol in their system, and we're proud to sponsor the Zero Hero program.
Welcome Zero Heroes. Come and visit us.
G-Wine is happy to be Zero Hero partner.
How cool is that? G-Wine.
Thank you.
That's
Clara
okay.
are proud to present Zero to Hero. Never drink and drive.
McNulty's is proud to be a Zero Hero partner.
Out of bounds, Zero Hero partners.
Here we are, sticker going on. Delighted to welcome everybody and to be part of the Zero Hero campaign. Delighted.
Zero Hero, welcome here at the Gaucho de Banús.
A big thank you to Linear Director for obviously giving these great offers to us expats. Remember, if you've got a NIE in the province of Malaga, included in our policy is a free taxi up to 4 times a month to take us home if we've been out drinking, and that includes a tow truck for our cars, so we don't have to go back and look for it the next day either. Obviously, that's more useful when the restaurants are back open, but in the meanwhile, do check out their policies, because they really do cater to expats' needs. And in fact, I've used the tow truck 3 times since December. So thank God that they actually do answer, and they're very quickly. We're looking for answers to what happens if you've got COVID. What next? I'm chatting with Sorana of Biomagnetism Marbella, and she's giving us some great insight and some great tips. Sorana, to be continued. So we talked about sleep being important. It's very fundamental for our immune system, everything going on, sleep.
Yeah.
What else can we do when we find we've got COVID to feel better?
Well, another thing that you touched is water. We have to stay hydrated. Water is very important. It's crucial also for a lot of things. Our body is 70% water, and what does water do? Actually, it transports a lot of nutrients, and our blood, it's 90% water. So with blood, we are more oxygenated. It transports oxygen, it transports the nutrients, and actually it helps build up your immune system, your DNA. So kind of important. Another factor is it builds up the immune cells, the red cells, the blood cells are built up through water. Also important. So we have all those immune cells are taking care of us, are taking care of whenever we have an infection. So it's very important to stay hydrated, to renew all those cellular interchanges that are through this amazing liquid. And actually it's the most fundamental nutrient that we have after oxygen. It's water. So we have to stay hydrated so everything can occur normally.
Is drinking tea the same as drinking water? Because a lot of people don't actually drink water, but say, oh, but I drink 6 cups of tea a day. Is it the same when it's got additives?
It's if we cannot drink water, because it's like very different if we don't sweat or if we are not having outdoor activity to drink water. It doesn't have any taste. I all the time suggest put some drops of lemon or something like that to stimulate your taste so you can drink more, because actually a very highly recommended intake of water daily, it's the half of your weight in ounces. So if a person weighs 200 pounds, he should drink normally 100 ounces of water. That corresponds to 3 liters of water. It's a lot. Also, it depends of your activity. If you're indoors, if you're sick, if you're staying home, it's very difficult to swallow 3 liters of water. But water is in teas. Of course, the compounds that make the fluid that you drink, you cannot drink soda because it's not the same. It will make your body acid. You should take more water.
But as you're saying, you could put in a slice of cucumber, lemon,
exactly.
something to just to give
or
it a
also
little flavour.
infusion, like plant-based infusion, not black tea that contains theine, but chamomile or things that are normal.
Green tea?
Green tea, you have to take a lot of care, drink a lot of green tea, because through its biocomponents of green tea, actually it can provoke you damage to your stomach. So don't drink too much green tea. Drink 1 cup, 2 cups, up to 3 cups a day. It's okay, but not too much. Everything lies in the balance.
Everything in moderation.
Yes, moderation is the key for everything. So this is another factor that we should take in consideration when we have COVID or whatever infection we get. Sleep well, hydrate well, and after that of course nutrition is fundamental. But I want to speak more about the supplements that we have to take, because the food that we eat, sometimes we'll say, oh, I'm eating oranges, the myth of oranges that has vitamin C. That's not as true. It contains vitamin C, but not a lot. But the fruits and vegetables we eat are not the same as they were 100 years ago, because the soil is not the same. The soil doesn't have the same oligo-elements and nutrients that the plant needs as it had before. So therefore, the vegetable that we are eating, the structure is not the same. I mean, the components are not the same in terms of vitamins, minerals. So that's why we have to supplement with vitamins. And a very, very, very important factor, especially in COVID, it's a bioelement. It's called vitamin D. I don't know why they call it vitamin D, because actually it's a hormone. But vitamin D, it has been proven that it modulates 50 genes in our body that respond also to inflammation, to, for example, diseases. It has been proven that the risk of getting COVID diminishes 50% with a high intake of vitamin D. A high intake. If our vitamin D has a good level of vitamin D in our body, we diminish the risk of getting COVID. And if we have COVID, it modulates the genes that are responsible of inflammation. So we won't have this hyperinflammation. It modulates it, and we will have a normal one. We will pass it as if it were a normal flu. So vitamin D is also very important for our bones, for our bone marrow. Speaking bone marrow, here all the white blood cells are produced that are the immune cells that protect us against inflammation. So important, take vitamin D. A recommended source, there are different types of vitamin D. It's not the same. But the most important is vitamin D3. It's also vitamin D2. The most that we find in multivitamins, it's D2. So forget about that. Go to pharmacy and ask for D3. And the normal intake for a person that's already has inflammation is 5,000 international units. Like UE, it's marked. You have to take like 5,000 of one capsule that contains this amount a day. That will help you lower down and stabilize all the inflammation. Two other, of course, vitamin C. Our friend, like mom, told me about that when I was little. Take vitamin C and you will be healthy. Actually, it's very good. Not when you already get the disease, it won't help a lot, but preventing it. It fights free radicals, it fights oxidation, it stimulates your immune system. So vitamin C is very important. And when you have COVID, take high amounts of vitamin C, not a capsule. Take up to 3 grams of vitamin C. Don't be scared that, oh my God, it will happen. No, we will expose our body. It's already has this innate wisdom. It will expose whatever it don't need, but providing it with a lot of vitamin C, it will help you overcome this infection. Zinc and selenium are other very important elements that help in inflammation, like in hyperinflammation. Everything, what I'm saying, all those elements are helping modulating our immune system not to have a hyper reaction. That's the basic, because I think in the end, this virus that it's spreading, we will all get it. The secret is, how are we going to respond to this? If we are going to have a normal flu, that will pass in a few days, or we will be like really sick. That's all that matters, no?
Obviously, we could go on for hours talking with Sorana. She is just a mine of information and such details, you know so much. But I think we've got a good synopsis to be getting on with. Sleep. Hydration. Getting the right supplements. K3.
D3. Vitamin C.
Lots of vitamin C.
Vitamin C, zinc, selenium. And another thing that's very important, I don't know, I will want to make a parallel. Have you noticed that in India there's also a lot of cases, but not too many people die because of this infection? And do you know what's their secret? Scientists have been thinking, what's their secret? It's curcuma. All what their dishes are made with turmeric, with this root.
So turmeric, add turmeric in your food.
In your food, and also as an intake. That will help you also in general with your inflammation in your body. Not only infections, but also bone inflammation, all kinds of inflammation. So
I'll go from here to the chemist and get myself my D3 and my
vitamin C, zinc, curcuma. That's very important.
Contact Sorana at Biomagnetism Marbella if you want full details, a rundown, a visit. As you can see, very knowledgeable and absolutely delightful to be with. Sorana, muchísimas gracias. Thank you so much.
Gracias a ti. Thank you very much, and hope to see you soon.
Yes, definitely. Definitely going to go back for some more biomagnetism. I'm loving it. Don't know what it's doing, but I'm feeling peachy. Okay, that's it for us for today. Take care of yourselves, be nice to each other, and join us again tomorrow for more of what's going on in Marbella Now.
Change if we try. Just believe it's worth your